Welcome to Fearless Finances, where I try to take the fear out of your finances. Welcome to another MAGA Monday. My gosh, has it been a week full of fun news? Firings, lack of financing, whole host of things, all going on in MAGA world. And I have lined up for you just another stupid quote of the week. This one happened today and it is good. So be sure to stick around till the end when we go through that stupid quote. I've got all kinds of fun headlines for you. So stick around for another
MAGA Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Oh, it's just another MAGA Monday.
I'll meet you on the other side. Things off, the Trump administration hosted the craziest and most ridiculous cabinet meeting ever. It went for over 3 hours. I'll put the link for the full thing down in the doobly-doo for you. I highly doubt you'll probably want to watch it, though. It included the most ridiculous remarks about how great Trump is. And what's really interesting about it, when this should have just bolstered him up and gave him a whole bunch of good feelings to float along on, just like Snuffles getting a treat.
Come and get it, Snuffles! Here you are! Catch!
And that looked just like Trump. Trump should have been just able to love himself up for a whole week. But what ended up happening is he disappeared. Literally 4 days he was gone. No tweets, no appearances, no nothing. People started to joke that maybe he'd passed away or was about to. And then he arrived with this ridiculous tweet complaining about his brand new rose garden, which quite honestly looks like something that not even a redneck would want their wedding set up like. I'm not sure who thinks this looks good, but it does not. I want our rose garden back. Well, you know what? I want our government back. That's what I'd like. What do you say, Trump? And he puts out this crazy tweet or twit or truth or I don't know on his social platform, making himself sound like the biggest Karen ever. Anyways, it seems he's back to business. Even though there seems to be a great many concerns about his cankles and all these bruises on his hand. Frankly, I think they hop him up with a whole bunch of amphetamines, so he sits there talking like a little mannequin, and then he has to crash later. It's also quite amazing to me that for some reason, the mainstream media thinks he's perfectly normal and Biden was incompetent. Interesting. Areas of fundings and firings. We have a mass exodus at the CDC.
A show of respect and overwhelming support as 3 of the top officials at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention walk out of work, having quit their jobs in protest.
I'm a doctor. I took the Hippocratic Oath. I said first do no harm. I believe harm is going to happen, and so I can't be a burden.
The harm they are protesting, they believe, would come from decisions made by this, a vaccine advisory board. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fired the board and replaced them with vaccine skeptics. He reportedly told the director of the CDC to approve their recommendations or be fired. Susan Menares refused. She is now suing over her firing. Now, these 3 top experts have quit for the same reason, because next month, the board is set to decide who can take what vaccines and when for diseases like hepatitis B, measles, and COVID, among others.
I think it's very important to note what she had told RFK is that she wanted to check with other physicians if these recommendations were good. She did not say no. But he did not want the information run past scientists who might know what they're doing. As we all know on Earth One, this means that we'll be getting disinformation and unhelpful information that might actually kill people. Related to your money, we've already had an emergency hearing for the firing of Lisa Cook, who is on the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. The judge here has not yet made a decision. I have to tell you, I'm a little concerned though, once this gets to the Supreme Court, that they will fall on their sword again and just give Donald Trump whatever he wants. Kudos to these two brave women and their cohorts who have decided to resist against fascism and stupidity. Americans like me, thank you. We need more like you to stand up. I believe that is going to be happening. I'll put all the links for this news in the doobly-doo so you can review it too. Let's also talk about that financing information. I know it's probably nothing new to you or no big surprise, but all those cuts to our national parks are affecting people's ability to use the parks and to keep them safe. Interestingly enough, though, our National Guard has been called up to clean up litter in Washington, D.C. I guess this is what they mean by government efficiency. However, I think it's also important to note that chances are people who went into the military to actually help protect us probably don't like to be used in this way. And I would imagine enlistments will go down. The Trump administration also didn't pay out another $4.9 billion of foreign aid. I'm not sure why this keeps happening. It's against the Constitution and the Impoundment Act. Granted, on the shadow docket, our lovely Supreme Court just keeps letting him do this without giving any legal rationale for it. In fact, all of the advancements that Joe Biden tried to do to advance cleaner energy in the United States is all being rolled back by the Trump administration. Not only is this foolish for today, given it's putting people out of work, but we will long be paying for this foolish choice in more climate change activity that will negatively impact us and the rest of the world. I can't tell you how stupid I think this is. And anyone who supports it is an idiot. I can't even find a way lately to even be nice about this. Like, if you can't look around you and realize this is a real issue, I'm not quite sure what to do with you, but I don't want you in charge anymore. This is why I've long supported this particular measure. In fact, at the end of this, I will link up some of my earlier videos that talk about withholding our tax dollars. I don't know why any blue states would continue to participate financially in this farce of a government. We had legislation in place that our representatives, on a bipartisan basis, that is law, and they are simply choosing to do whatever they wish with it. And I also think, why in the world would we pay for a military that's just going to come into the blue states and suppress our vote? Because that's what this is about. I know this is just a meme. I haven't done any real research if this is really going on, but I sure hope it is. I do not want to be part of this crazy Trump MAGA country anymore. Y'all can kill yourselves with the measles or whatever else you're going to do. Please go away. Which brings us to this opinion piece from Bernie Sanders, who basically says the same thing. We all love MAHA. We all want to make America healthy again. The vast majority of us would like to do it with science, not crackpot, lies, and ridiculousness. This man literally had a parasite in his brain, and I don't know, still may, eating his intellectual matter. Why would we have him controlling our health? And hang on, he relates to the stupid quote of the week. It's coming, people. It's coming. Me to this dude. I did a video on him a few weeks ago. I'll link it down in the doobly-doo. And one of you even said, what's his history anyway? And I thought, you know what? I should have included that in that video. But apparently he's just great big in MAGA for breaking all the immigration rules in order to lock up a whole bunch of brown people. So for this particular segment, I did do a little bit of research on him. What I found on his LinkedIn account. Now, granted, we don't get to see a lovely picture of him. Maybe he doesn't really know how to use this. Or maybe I need to be affiliated with him to see his picture, even though I can see it right here. Makes no sense to me, but I'm pretty sure that we got the right guy. Because it talks here about having over 20 years experience in border control. Sounds like the right guy. How he's moved up the chain of command. I mean, this really does seem pretty official for our gentleman, the handy-dandy racist. How many here are not surprised to find out that he's a graduate of the Appalachian State University? Yes, a good old Southern boy. Now, I'm not sure what this whole National War College is. Any of you know what the National War College is? Let's give it a look. It seems fairly official, but I don't know. Did he learn to be illegal at the National War College? Also super interesting, the link they provide does not work. Go to National War College.
Navigating to National War College.
Well, it seems fairly official. I hope it's not like the Heritage Foundation, where they're just churning out crazy people with crazy ideas to take over the world. I mean, I don't know. Could you work on a better marketing plan? National War College? I mean, maybe it's as classic as West Point, but then come up with a different name. The War College. Maybe it's good. But you know what I don't think is good? This dude. I mean, maybe MAGA thinks he's great, but he's hurting a lot of people. Greg, try to be a little nicer. Some of us Americans would appreciate it. Which brings me to the stupid quote of the week. So I'm out for a walk in my halls at my apartment building, and I can hear some people on the 7th floor pretty loud. Now, I know I haven't given you a tour of my apartment. I'm hoping to do that tomorrow, or at least get the footage together tomorrow, and then I'll publish it later this week. I'm in a typical tropical apartment. It's very open to the outdoors. It's not completely enclosed, like it's very open. It's not like those colder climates where you have to try to keep the air in. Birds literally fly through the hallways. So you can hear conversations going on. And at first I thought they were talking about the rain that we got this morning. We got a lot of rain this morning, and sometimes the people on the top floor get some rain in their condos. But on my way back from taking out the trash, I zone in a little bit more, and the woman is talking about transgender people, and that 7 mass shooters had been transgender. Now, being from Minneapolis myself, yes, indeed, and loving trans people and wanting them to feel safe enough to be their authentic selves, I thought I'd go find out if she had any proof sources for these things that she was saying. As I get to the 7th floor, she's talking about how they have to take meds for their entire life, and also espousing RFK rhetoric about antidepressants. As you'd imagine, I'm pretty worked up, but I say good morning to both of them, and then I ask her for a proof source, which devolves into a conversation about transgendered people in the Olympics and every other thing. And then I say to her, stupid quote, right around the corner. And then I say to her, why do you care what other people are doing? Why don't you just let them be? And here comes the stupid quote. Well, I like being a woman, don't you? I immediately said to her, in not the most quiet voice, it doesn't matter what I like or what you like. What do you care what someone else does? I also wanted to talk to her a little bit about patriarchy and why it's not so great to be a woman, but she clearly doesn't understand that, and I didn't want to go there. And I did really fail in this conversation because I should have just kept it centered on, please provide the facts for the things that you're saying. I did a whole bunch of research on it, posted something on our apartment page, and dispelled with some of her lies. This is the thing. I hope everybody likes their gender. But if someone doesn't feel right in what society has told them their gender should reflect, then why do you care what they're doing? Mind your own freaking business. And this is my other thought. During part of the discussion, she said, people are in their own biased news, da 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 da. I said, you know what, lady? I try to deal in facts. She also said something about some news piece that she saw where liberals were being mean to conservatives. I mean, it was just all over the map. This is what I think I did well. I let her know that I did not want to hear any more of that stuff in the hallway. And I hope she keeps it in her apartment from now on, or amongst whatever little friends she has. But this is what I did not do well. I did not stay focused on the facts. I let her railroad me around and around into a whole bunch of little MAGA tunnels. I'm also grateful I did it though, because it always gives me a peek into where they're at this. Because I can't listen to Donald Trump for 3 hours and 15 minutes and his cabinet sit there and kiss his toodle butt. I also can't watch Fox News. So I appreciate it when I find out from somebody what's going on. What are they thinking lately? I like being a woman, don't you? That is not the point, lady. That is not the point. Oh, Lord. Should we have IQ tests for the MAGAites? Because sometimes I'm like, where is the common sense? But here's some good news. I've heard the mayor of Chicago literally signed an executive order saying that they did not want the Trump administration to come there. I'm liking how the Democrats are taking a proactive stance and going after it. I wish that the Democrats in the House and on the Senate would go on strike. We ain't working in this system that ain't working for the American people. Go on strike. And if you've got any other good ideas about what they should and shouldn't do, note them in the comments below. Maybe we should all dress trans and go down there and really freak them out. So if you've got some ideas of proactive measures we can start to take, note them in the comments below, and we're going to get to it. If you liked any of this content, I encourage you to subscribe. I would love to see you back here again. I am almost monetized, and you can help me. If you like this video, it will surely get out to other people. And if you click one of these links, I'll see you there soon. One of them is about that border control agent, crazy as a cracker. The other one talks about how I had suggested a long time ago that the Dems need to stop paying the taxes. Not stop paying my taxes, but then I might go to jail. Stop paying them for me. Get the Attorney General helping us. Anyway, click one of these and I'll see you there.